For an angel to sin is a deep and complicated business. To be tempted towards sin, however, is a great deal simpler. As I sit in my office, considering my situation, I feel sorely tempted to plunge into an ocean of jealousy and self-pity. Earlier, I and the other 3 remaining archangels, Lucifer having set himself up in opposition, were called for a confidential meeting with, well, there is no word in the human language that could begin to express our term for the one we ceaselessly serve. It will have to suffice to say, my boss. He gathered us in his office to unveil the crucial phase of his plan to rescue the physical universe and revive that tarnished jewel in his crown, the human race. The details are strictly confidential and I cannot record them now, but once again Archangel Gabriel gets the best job while the rest of us are left with the usual scraps. I did point out that all archangels are quite capable of making themselves visible to the shadowy creatures of planet Earth. I also suggested that if the rest of us had more opportunities, we would be as good at it as Gabriel. But to no avail. Gabriel gets the glory. Michael was asked to continue our fight against the opposition. Even Raphael will get to put in an appearance on the cloudy planet, but Oriel, none of the others can oversee the logistical side of things with the same thoroughness as you. I learned a long time ago that my boss never flatters people. He was pointing his laser-like gaze at the weakness that most concerns him. In this case, my tendency to marinate in self-pity. All angels, Michael included, are ordered to have a thorough rest. Then we shall get started. Why in all heaven does he want to help the flabby little wretches anyway? I didn't ask him this face to face. One doesn't. The humans have been nothing but trouble since shortly after they emerged. It seems crazy that such a dangerous plan should be undertaken for the benefit of something as fleeting as Homo sapiens. While the leader of the opposition is still very much at large in the universe, trying to wreck everything we do. All will, I have no doubt, become clear. I can't help feeling that my boss loves the human race more than he loves us. Yet, we are made of the same solid spiritual stuff as he is. Oriel, I can hear him saying, can you be more loved than completely? 24th of March, 4 BC, Earth time. I've just sent Gabriel off on his second visit to Earth since this campaign began. The first was to an elderly priest in the temple at Jerusalem. I expended considerable effort trying to calm him down before he left. At his last appearance, he rendered the man speechless with fear. Today's visit is to a mere teenager, and Gabriel is so excited, I'm concerned that he will terrify the poor girl. Oh, Oriel, he said dismissively, humans are much more robust when they're young. We did agree that our boss was unlikely to choose a girl who would be scared witless at the sight of an angel, but I still urged him to be careful. These humans are fragile, I reminded him. You only have to appear a fraction too strongly and their faint bodies simply burn up. Oriel, why do you think the boss gave this responsibility to me? The truth of his reply stung me like medicine on an open wound. You get on with the administration, he suggested, and leave the humans to me. Gabriel realised how sharply his words had struck their target and paused. I know that you're better with humans than the rest of us, I conceded, but they barely know that there is more than one archangel. And here I am, arranging rotas for millions of other angels whose hard work will never be acknowledged, let alone remembered. Gabriel spotted this, my notebook, and said, Are you going to write the whole thing up? What an excellent idea. You'd better check it out with Michael, though, in case you breach his security measures. To be honest, the idea of an official record had not crossed my mind. From my vantage point outside of time, It's difficult to place events in what humans would understand as historical order, but it is possible. I could do, I replied. You should do. I'll call Michael. Gabriel smiled. I'll be off. I have a lady to frighten. I swallowed his bait. Gabriel, I yelled. He was gone. You should be delivering the boss's message while I am writing this. I must consult Archangel Michael about my diary. Later. I've spoken with Michael and our boss, and they've both encouraged me to keep a diary of the operation on the condition that I only record what has actually happened on Earth and do not reveal our plan before it is fulfilled. I shall have to keep a careful watch on the monotonous flow of earthly time. Never mind. If this is to be an official diary and may be read by others, then I will have to be very careful. I must confess to feeling a little more than nervous about today's business. I know my boss has been searching through a great span of Earth time for a suitable woman and the right set of circumstances. But if Gabriel's mission fails, will we have to scrap the entire operation? You can be sure that our boss will not just manage on something as important as this. He will insist that we return to the beginning and start all over again. It terrifies me to think that the future of the human race and their vacuous universe currently rests in Gabriel's experienced, but nonetheless excited hands.